Okay. The previous slides, previous classes, we already discussed about the syllabus of a software project management, and uh, we already discussed some definitions, some introductions. Okay. Today's class, we are going to discussing some characteristics of project management, some projects, characteristics of projects. That is already in your syllabus. You may have some questions in uh, describe the characteristics of projects. Okay. Yeah, projects, we have some predefined points, characteristics, that is non-routine task. A project is a non-routine task, and it's required planning, and a specific objective is there, and predetermined time span is there. So work is done for a client or a stakeholder and requires multiple specializations, and temporary project teams we needed, and executed the phases, and limited resources. Large or complex may be the projects. These are the some characteristics of a projects. What will be non-routine tasks? In your jobs, you maybe get routine tasks, right? Every day, and the task may be repeated. It's have a routine. But in the case of projects, we don't have a routine task. It's a non-routine task. Where projects involves unique activities that are different from regular repetitive works. For example, developing a new mobile application. So planning, next is a planning. Is required. Every project requires proper planning before the execution. So we need a proper planning. Then only we can get into the success. Then planning includes defining objectives, schedules, budgets, and resources. So planning includes all these phases or all these uh, phases of a projects. We need to create the objective of the project, and we need to schedule the different tasks, and we need to create a budget, and we need to assign the resources whenever we want, and the specific objectives. A project is undertaken to achieve well-defined goals, create a specific product or services. That mean by specific objectives. That means in our projects we may need some objectives that will be specifically we need to create some goals. Examples: building a hospital's management system. Another one is a predetermined time span. So we need to create our project. We need to create a project within a fixed time span. So every project has a fixed start date and end date. We need to complete the projects within this time, and it is temporary and unlike routine business operations. Any business operations, any task, any jobs, not like that. Say it is temporarily unlike a routine business operations. And so the work is done for a client or a stakeholder. That means we have some stakeholders or a clients for our business. We may have some one stakeholder or a set of stakeholders may be there for a project. So projects are usually carried out to satisfy needs of customers, organization, and stakeholders rather than the personal use. When we are creating a website for a college, we need some stakeholders like management. Maybe say the management is our stakeholder, and the students and parents are maybe Parents are the stakeholders, and different stakeholders may be there. So requires multiple specialization for people with different skills, expertise, and work together. You may know that we need some multiple specialized people for creating good projects. For example, software developers and designers, testers, database administrators, project managers. So every works needed very expertise people, specialized people. And a temporary project team may be there. A project team is formed especially for a project. Some cases, some part of a project we need some temporary project team may be there. For one project maybe a temporary project team may be there. And once a project is completed, the team may be dissolved or assigned to another project and executed in phases. Executed in phases. Project flow is a structured life cycle. We have some structured life cycle. Common phases may be include in initiation and planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, closure. These phases are going to discuss more in the next slides. And limited resources. The project must be completed using the limited resource, maybe using the budget and time, resource, and equipment and technology. Everything will be limited. So we need to plan like that. Like we need to use the limited resources and within the given time. Okay. So large or complex projects are generally more complex than routine tasks. If we are creating a project, we are in a project. It's not like a routine task or routine jobs. So we have some complexities maybe there in every field, right? So it's a combination of many multiple tasks. So some may be complex one. So it's a larger complex is a project. It's a characteristics of a project. They involve a coordination of risk management and detailed planning. So these are the characteristics of a project. So in your exam point of view, you just need to remember the headings or remember the points behind the characteristics. Then whatever the description you need to write, you can write that. So you just remember the points when you are studying these types of theoretical papers. Activities covered by a project management. Mainly, we have three activities: was a feasibility study, plan, and project execution. In your text, that is this picture is there. So, what mean by the feasibility study? In your, if you are studying software engineering, that there will be project life cycle in this. So, is it worth doing? Is it worth doing? That is means feasible. The project is feasible for given different criteria. They are going to check that. This project is technically feasible and worthwhile from business point of view. They are just study that is the project is feasible or not. Different feasibility studies. I am not going for further details. The next is planning. Only done for a project is feasible. Okay, we are going to plan the project and execution. Implement the plan, but plan may be changed as we go going. Project execute the project. Okay, the need of a project manager can be discussed in the next videos.